Today, Baba reminds us that we are on a return journey and we have to go back now. And in the whole world, only we children have the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end. Nobody knows about the Satopradhan state of the world in the beginning, and nobody even realizes that right now everybody has depleted themselves and everyone and everything is in the lowest state of being at this time. Baba today gives an example that it is said that when the world will be in its worst stage, then little girls, 12, 13-year aged girls, will bear children. And you see, when you look around, this is the state of the world today. Just look at the fire of lust. And if you really understand the situation of the world, then there are so many, where there are young children who should be focusing on their study and careers and, who should be concerned about creating a future. If you understand the intensity of vices in them and how the world has become, then you really start to appreciate what Baba is saying, that we are in the state of being a Shudra right now. And whenever I have had close interactions with, young people these days, then I find that in a span of 20, 25 years, the world has changed a lot. And the way we used to think when we were young, or the way we used to, the concerns that we had, or the engagements that we had are very different today. And Baba says that now we have understood that it is a cycle. So after this lowest point, we go to the completely Satopradhan stage. We go back home, and then we go to the new world, the world of purity, peace, happiness, health, wealth, prosperity. And you look at not just the state of vices, but you look at the state of health, you look at the state of wealth, everything, how much poverty is there, and how many people are suffering, and how much of violence is there. And, in these times, in these days, you see what happened in Australia. So, somebody just opens fire on the beach, or, what happened in Pahalgam, and, people are just opening fire at their own will. And, even if people have licensed guns, so they are using it in this way. And if you look at the state of the world, then and you appreciate Baba's teachings, then you understand that it is at the worst condition. And there are many people who still believe that there is 40,000 years left for Kalip to end. And I don't know how they can even think like that, because the worst is already happening. So Baba says now we have to go back, and for that we have to remember Baba, because Baba tells there is this simple, very simple law. Your final stage determines your final destination. So Baba says the state you leave your body in is going to determine where you are reborn. And Baba says now you have the aim to go back to that world of purity. Both are worlds of purity. The soul world is a world of purity, and the new world is a world of purity. And Baba says you can only go there when you become completely Sato Pradhan, completely pure. And that is possible only when you do everything in Baba's remembrance. And you remember Baba enough to burn your sins. And this is what we need to do at this time. And you see that Baba today talks about two qualities. One is maturity and another is seriousness. So, what is maturity? Maturity is when you are able to discern what matters and focus on that despite everything. And that is also seriousness. So, when people, they use these words that you should become mature or serious. And what is mature or serious? Mature and serious is not having a grim face or not smiling. So that is not mature or serious. So Brahma Baba or Mama or Dadis, you look at Janki Dadi ji and the image of Gulzar Dadi ji, that's in our hearts. So, or Prakashmani Dadi ji, you always remember Baba and Mama. Everybody was smiling. They didn't have a grim face. So, maturity and seriousness are not about having a grim face or not interacting or, behaving like I am, you are untouchable and I'm beyond your reach. So, being unapproachable or having a grim face is not maturity or seriousness. But what is actually maturity and seriousness? It is your ability to have to focus on what matters and what needs to be focused on despite everything that's going on around you. And that requires clarity and power. And that is called maturity and seriousness. And Baba says that when we, Baba's children, we imbibe the Gyan well, and I understand that I am a soul and I have taken 84 births, and now my only business, my only concern is to become Sato Pradhan, and before the time is over. So, when you write an exam, then you're very concerned about, nobody should say time up. And in this path, the word is too late. So Baba says, it will be too late when all the disturbances start happening, and when there will be massive upheaval, then it will not be a time for any practice. It will be the time for application will come. And that time we don't want to be in a state where we feel that I'm not sufficiently prepared or ready, or I'm not in my Sato Pradhan stage. So Baba says that's why we need to focus on being soul conscious and being in Baba's remembrance. Baba has not asked us to not dispense our duties or finish our karmic accounts, but if my state of soul consciousness or my link with Baba, that link of remembrance that makes me stay knowledgeful, loveful, powerful, if that link is severed, then we would say that I'm not mature or serious. So Baba says that it is very important that I stay soul conscious and I stay in Baba's remembrance all day. Otherwise, what happens is I create an account of waste or sin. Yes, because when you are not soul conscious, so Baba today also says that in the world of Satyug, there are no lies, no sin. And where there are lies, there is sin. And what is the biggest lie? The biggest lie is you are what you have and what you do. You are the body. And when you are pulled by body consciousness, then you start creating an account of sin while speaking the language that I'm doing right. This is what happens. So you become angry, you criticize, you complain, you get upset, you take sorrow, give sorrow, create dissatisfaction, become discontent, do everything, and you say that whatever I'm doing is right, and it doesn't. We do not feel that when I'm losing my peace or losing my happiness, then I'm losing something. Why? Because when there is lies, the lies is that what I have and what I do matters. Yes, so the work that I do should be perfect, the result I get should be perfect, or what I have should be maintained that way. But doesn't matter if I lose my happiness or peace or purity in the process. And this is the world of lies. And in this world of lies, we are taught this, that everything on the external matters. It doesn't matter what your state is. And Baba says that the truth is that the only thing that matters is your state. Because your final stage will determine your final destination. So when we have to go back, and now is the time to go back, and it doesn't matter whether some work was done perfectly or not, or somebody behaved respectfully with me or not, or somebody said the right thing or not, or I gained what I had to gain or not, or I lost something. These things actually do not matter. And Baba says, but Maya deceives you, and Maya makes you very concerned about these things. And that is Maya. And Baba says that now we have to become mature and serious, and we have to rotate this knowledge in our intellect, that now is the time to just become Satopradhan and go to the new world. And I have to focus my energy on that. And I have to maintain, I have to hold this essence of being soul conscious and in remembrance of Baba, despite everything. And when I lose sight of that, then Maya tricks me into wasting my time, wasting my thought, or creating unnecessary thoughts of why this one is like that, or why this is happening, and creating vikarma through giving sorrow, taking sorrow. So Baba says you do all of that because you forget who you are, where you are, and what is your aim. And when we children, we make enough effort, so that link of remembrance with Baba, or that state of soul consciousness, has to stay intact and constant. But that link is many times broken, and that state of soul consciousness is many times very shaky or wavery, and we have to put in effort. And that effort is making conscious attempt to come back to soul consciousness, come back to remembrance of Baba. And when I make this effort constantly, then I will reach a state where I will have filled myself with so much power that then I will have the power to discern and overcome the pulse of Maya, and they will not be able to pull me down. I will be in that unshakable and immovable stage. But until then, a lot of attention has to be given. And this is the challenge, because Otherwise, what happens is it looks like a very simple thing. You just wasted 5 minutes or one day or 2 days, and but it is not a small thing, because if you understand how the drama is created, then this, at least this is my understanding, that from the time we come in the Sangam Yug, we have a certain number of seconds and minutes that we have, and in that whole time, if I make 100% effort, then I will become the best that I can. And if I waste even a little, then I lose out on some of my fortune. So I must understand that the value of every thought, every second, every act is huge in Sangam Yuga. And what Maya does is Maya makes you very casual, just like you see that everybody in the world, they don't take their actions or their thoughts or their words seriously, or their time seriously. They are just, they are not serious or mature. They just keep wasting it or creating vikarma, and they think that that is normal and ordinary. But Baba says we are Jnani Yogi souls. We must value this Sangam Yog, not like others, but I have to understand, I have to look at Brahma Baba, I have to look at Shiv Baba, and then understand the value of this time. So Baba says, let Maya not trick you, and let you not be deceived by Maya. So how do you know Maya deceived you? So whether you think you won or lost, or you maintained your dignity or whatever, but if you were not soul conscious, and if you were not in Baba's remembrance, and if you did something against your original nature, yes, and something against Srimad, then Maya deceived you. So you must be very wary of that. And Maya deceives us in many unique ways. And I remember there was this one Mata, and her father was hospitalized. And at that time, she just forgot the Murli, forgot remembering Baba, and she was just taking care of her father. And 6 months went by like that. And then after 6 months, the father died. And then she was, of course, she had lost the father, but she had lost so much more, because whatever state she was in 6 months before, that was not there, and she had lost all her Sangam Yugi earnings, whatever peace, happiness, or clarity she had got. And then she told, so later when she joined, she was in a very bad state, and I could see that earlier she used to talk with so much clarity, and now even in her words she was floundering. And then she told me that I lost my father. So I told her, no, sister, you were tricked by Maya, and you lost so much more in the process. So she said, no, Didi, but what could I have done? So I said, nobody asked you not to take care of your father. So you were there, you took care of your father, and that's absolutely okay. He was ailing, he was hospitalized, there was nobody to take care, and you had to. But look at what you should have done and you didn't do. Who asked you not to miss yoga or class, or you'd half the time your father was not in awareness, but you still chose to look at him and not look at Baba. And this is how Maya tricks us. So Baba has never told us that don't fulfill your responsibilities, or don't take care of your karmic accounts, but Baba has said don't allow vices to enter. Don't allow your chart of remembrance or your state of stability to waver. If that is happening, then Maya is tricking you. So Baba says there are only three kinds of sin. First is not doing what you should do. Second is doing what you shouldn't do. And then third is taking sorrow. So you should be wary about these three things at every second. So nobody should in any condition resort to any kind of violence, whether it is of lust or anger or any kind of act, thought, word and act that's violent. Or Baba says, whatever disciplines I have given you, because these disciplines or our daily routine is our only link with Baba. If you don't wake up at Amrit Vela, you won't be able to remember Baba. If you don't listen to the Murli, then Baba's Shrimat is not entering your intellect. So Baba says, whatever disciplines I have given, don't miss that. Whatever I've forbidden you from doing, taking impure food or listening and you do waste conversations or waste stuff, don't do all of that. So Baba says, just be wary about these, and then taking sorrow. If you're taking sorrow, if you're not remaining soul conscious, if you're not using the knowledge of the drama, then you are creating a misfortune for yourself. So Baba says, don't let Maya trick you, and maintain that discipline, pay conscious attention. And this is effort, of course it's effort. And Baba says, you see, in every scripture they talk about a war or a battle with some great force, some great negative force, and without that battle you cannot win over, you cannot have a world of order and peace and happiness and harmony. So whenever in the scriptures it is described that there was anarchy and chaos in the world, and then God came and he established a world of peace and happiness and harmony, then they talk about a battle that happened. And Baba says, this is the battle you will have to have. It's not a physical battle and it's not a physical demon, but these demons, that keep distracting you. And whenever we describe the asurs or the devils in scriptures, then usually there is a description of the sweet kind of devils and the devilish kind of devils. So in the Shastras you say Madhu and Ketab. So Madhu means sweet and Ketab means the thorn like. So devils are also described like that. And why? Because sometimes Maya will take the form of attachment or morality or rightfulness, and then it will trick you like that. And then you don't even realize that you are creating sins. You're not doing what Baba asked you to do, or you are wasting your Sangam Yugi opportunity of creating your fortune. And other times, anger or fear or stuff that actually makes you feel that something is wrong, that happens. So Baba says one has to be very wary of Maya. And if you are able to, maintain this practice of being soul conscious and filling yourself with Baba's remembrance for a considerably long time, despite all these pulls, then you will reach a stage where Maya will surrender and Maya will not distract you anymore. Or it will become child's play. It will not be such a big challenge. But in the beginning you have to. And then Baba also, so first thing is your final thoughts lead to your final destination. So one has to be very careful about creating a Sato Pradhan stage before the scenes of upheaval start. And then second thing Baba talks about is, Baba says, a wonderful secret that the wonderful Father tells us is that this drama is predestined and every actor's part in this drama is predestined, and everyone is just playing their part. And Baba very interestingly says that I am also just playing my part. You may glorify me, you may say, I am the mightiest, I am the savior, I am the purifier, I am this or that, but it is just my part. And Baba says, I reduce my, my glorification by telling you this. And if you see, this knowledge of every scene of the drama and every part being predestined is so important for us to imbibe, because when you look at yourself, you see we are all playing our predestined parts. Just like Baba says, you're not doing anything extraordinary. Whatever may look extraordinary for the world is just ordinary for you, because you do this every cycle and there's nothing else you could do. Do you realize that? So, we are all number wise, of course, and whatever each one of us is doing and however much we are doing, that is what I do every cycle, and that is what comes naturally to me. So why do I attach so much of I am doing it and ego to it? So if you just imbibed this this knowledge that everybody is playing their predestined part and so am I, and I'm just doing what drama has made me do, whatever reel has been incorporated inside me, and I'm not doing anything that's great or extraordinary. So Baba always says that when Baba talks about renunciation, then the biggest form of renunciation is renouncing the ego of being a yogi, being a renunciate. And we souls we become BKs and we make this effort. This we are doing according to our predestined part. And there is no sense of ego that we should attach to this part that we are playing naturally or that we play every cycle. And when we do that, then that becomes a mistake, because that is not in line with the knowledge that Baba gives us. So Baba says that you shouldn't judge anybody for playing the part they are playing, and you shouldn't have any ego about the part that you are playing. And whatever makes sense to you, you make the effort to make it better, but never have the ego that I am doing it. Second thing, Baba says that every scene in the drama is predestined, right? But because we do not imbibe this knowledge, we attach so many labels to all the scenes that passed. Yes, this was good, this was bad, this was tragic, this was too bad, this shouldn't have happened, or this should have happened, or this happened because of this one, or that happened because of that one. And there is so much of thinking and so much of burden on our minds, because we don't understand this one simple law that whatever happened happens like this every cycle. And it is happening not because of somebody, not because of some event. It is happening because it is supposed to happen that way. And we are talking about the past. We are not talking about the future, because the future is yet to happen. But whatever thoughts we have about the past and whatever judgments and labels we have about the past, is all because we are not imbibing this wonderful knowledge that every scene in the drama is just happening like it was predestined. And if we just think about how much of thoughts you have about the past, so even 1 second ago is a past. And if you ask anybody, it is somewhere in the range above 50%. And for Agyani souls, it's more. And for Jnani souls, it's lesser. But I don't think it's completely zero. And why are we thinking about the past at all? Why are we not able to just put a full stop? Because we don't imbibe this knowledge that everything that happened until the last second just happened accurately according to the plan of the drama. And I need to churn on this and imbibe this very well. And Baba says you need to imbibe this, that nothing and no one has the power to change anybody's part or any scene of the drama. And then having done that, when you accept when you accept the scenes and situations around you, the part that everybody else is playing, and when you get rid of the language, this shouldn't have happened the way it did, and when you get rid of all these waste thoughts, then you have so much of mental space to focus on what you actually need to focus on. Otherwise, these thoughts are filling up our mind and taking up a lot of space. And then Baba says that, this knowledge that every scene of the drama is predestined, and every part that I played was predestined. And when you get rid of the ego of I am doing it, and all these things, when you subtract, then you are left with a very egoless state and lot of acceptance and in a full stop stage. And then you receive Baba's touching and play your best part. So when you are knowledgeful and you are in remembrance of Baba, then you make the best effort that you can. And when you make your best effort, then you get the highest attainment that's possible according to your drama. So this is the thing that Baba is talking about. Okay? Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti.
From today's class, I would like to share this point that Maya really deceives us in so many ways. And in this Brahmin life also, I have personally felt in many times that sometimes it is very difficult for us to actually discern Maya rather than understanding situation, then using or applying powers and Shaktis. These are second step. But first, to discern Maya, it becomes a big chapter. And as you said, papers of morality, then papers of right and wrong, then all these also get emerge as per our sanskar. I understand. Yes, it is tough. And if I think we can discern Maya, half of the game is done. Yes. And then we apply any other Shakti point, Gyan points, that's fine. But first, though, you have to understand that it is Maya. Yes. So this is, yes, it's very true. And another thing which I would like to imbibe is that nobody and nothing and nobody has any power to change the part or the scene of this drama. If it would not have happened, then this would have done. If there should be plan B, there should be plan. So all this always comes in our life, and we do it maybe unintentionally also we speak. If in this case it doesn't happen, then we'll do that.
No, that is also fine. But that But again, that's a weak thought. But what we are saying is, at least for the past, you don't think that if I had plan B, then
Yes,
it would have.
yes,
So
yes,
that
yes,
thing.
yes,
Yes.
right. So, and it is till this second, nothing that I see can be changed
Yes.
in the past. So
Yes.
this has to go inside and it
Yes.
has to get imbibed
Yes.
for us to have a very peaceful and a good full stop, a Shaktishali full stop.
Yes.
Thank you, Didi.
Okay. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Adding a point to sister's statement, she's saying nothing can be changed, and after that, even the acceptance needs to be there. When I accept that I cannot change, I cannot do anything to this, then I can actually focus on what I need to do and concentrate on that.
Yes. Yes. Of course. Thank you. Anybody else wants to share?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Right now going through tendency of taking stress again and again. Tension of attention. And since 2-3 days I was not well, and all these made me overstressed. So I left everything aside, and I thought I stay in link with Baba anyways. So I keep listening and listening. Sometimes I keep it aside and stay very, very calm and think about everything that's going on there.
Yes, that's fine. But of course, when there is paper of the body, then something, it pulls your intellect. So the soul is most attached to the body. That's the condition we are in. So just be very easy on yourself. And, don't take this ego also that I am making effort. Just be very easy that Baba has brought me up to this and I am in remembrance, and Baba will take me ahead also. So even if there is that, don't burden yourself, because whenever you try to take too much responsibility, then also it becomes a burden. So keep Baba and keep making your effort. So always feel that Baba's hand, Baba's help is there, and take medicines, take proper rest, and everything will be good. Okay. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
So that's it. Okay. Om Shanti.